So you working on it? You're practicing that.
Welcome back to another episode of Everything Under the Sky. I'm your host, Lamar, as usual, here with the usual cast. Got my boy Uriah here.
What's up, everyone?
Young Larry. Got my boy Wax here. Young Buzzcut. And we are in the house, episode 37.
Still get comfortable with this.
You look like a Mississippi pimp. You got the snake skin shirt on.
The goatee.
Capo mate.
You gotta get scroll this shit out a little bit.
How you guys doing, man? Episode 37. Another Friday in the trap. How you guys doing?
Good. We living in Uriah's weather today.
These last few days, bro.
We
It's
here.
cold.
Not for sure.
I woke up this morning and there was frost on the windows.
Bro, it was like
I almost Snapchatted it. Like, what is this?
nothing.
But
Like,
I was running late.
it was like sleeting.
Like coming down or when you were driving, like the floor was.
No, yeah,
No, it was like rain and snow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But like only for like 10 minutes. So if you weren't outside,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have noticed.
They say tomorrow, well Thursday,
Supposed to,
which would be yesterday, I guess. It's supposed to snow too, so we're gonna see. Hopefully not.
On Thursday?
Yeah. I'm interested to see how you guys doing though.
I'm excited for this now.
Yeah, it's definitely fall. It's October.
But
It's spooky season.
I'm good. Spooky season.
Yeah.
I like spooky season.
What we doing for Halloween?
I was thinking we should
Where are the young harlots?
I was thinking we should dress up for a show. One of our episodes. In a Halloween costume.
I mean, I got a costume. Yeah, I got
Whatever you want
some.
to be.
I have. I was gonna say this even in our group chat. I have a costume, but no plans.
Oh, so you got a costume, like a new costume?
I need a costume.
Yeah, I do have a costume.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even ask you what it was. I want you to just like
Surprise.
just come with a bang. I have an idea of what I want, but I feel like Halloween is in like 2 weeks. I don't know if I'll be able to get it, but I feel like you just gave me incentive to buy something. Because we all have outfits, we're gonna have to do something. So we'll find something to do.
We have to. I mean, I'm gonna be out of town before Halloween. I'll be out the 25th through the 27th.
Okay. And that's the weekend, because Halloween is what?
Nah, that's Monday through Wednesday.
When is Halloween this year? Halloween's on a Sunday, so it's the weekend. Friday is the 29th, Saturday is the 30th, and then the 31st is.
It's a whole weekend, bro.
So yeah, we're doing a couple of things. Where we at? You got an idea for a costume? Young Waxing up? I feel like your whole like palette is like changed now, because before
You only have one option with dreads,
I
yeah.
know, I was
all the dread people, Lil Wayne, take off. You could have been.
now I'm
Who else
gonna
got dreads?
I might dye my hair. Ooh, I'm about to be real creative.
Yeah, now.
I'm excited. I just get
Chris
to play with my
Brown.
hair at this point.
You can do Chris Brown? Yeah,
Chris
you get that.
Brown.
I was gonna say that, but I don't want to be Chris Brown. Like he doesn't have like a spectacular look. Like
Nick Cannon.
I'll have to do 1,000 push-ups.
Gotta get a little more buff.
You could have some babies, huh?
I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna come with the one that.
Little fist side.
Nah, you don't want people to feel.
You're gonna come out with the hat like he did to apologize?
This is my brother.
I did some fucked up shit.
Yeah, you could be
Like,
Raz B.
no, no, just say sorry.
Raz B had the buzz cut.
Nah,
Oh,
no
who's that?
B2K members.
B5.
No,
You could be
no millennial.
you could be all 5 members of B5. They had like 2
Yeah, I
songs.
forgot about
I'm gonna think of something.
Yeah, we got you.
Wait, what were you thinking? Or are you trying to surprise me?
I want to be something scary.
Okay.
Like spooky.
I saw you post that mask.
I love that one.
Yeah,
Bro,
everyone had that mask on.
I was so high when I had that. I was like, my parents finally got it for real. And it broke like the next year. Like started leaking or something.
Yeah.
I remember I kept it and I tried to wear it like a couple Halloweens after, but I didn't lost the rope and I just hella dressed up. That shit still worked. Just had the mask, hella just had just regular clothes on.
What is y'all's favorite Halloween costume that y'all dressed up as so far in your life? Dang, that's a tough question.
I have one that just comes to mind because I have a picture of it and it always sticks in my mind, and I was like real young, but I had like the old school Wolverine costume.
Okay.
Like with the
Oh, you
yellow.
got the full suit.
Yeah, I had the full suit, bro. When I was out there, I hella looked like a young Wolverine.
I couldn't remember,
So-
but since you brought that up, I do remember having like the Superman or the Batman, and had like the hard chest. And
Yeah,
I just remember like, damn, I'm black.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
all the time.
Hell, that shit it felt good. So probably one of the superheroes for sure. I haven't dressed up in a long time though.
For real.
Yeah, mine was like when I was playing football, like Little League, and then I was like, I just want to be a dead football player. And I just like made myself.
That was
bloody,
always the go-to.
And I just
yeah.
like put blood all over my face. And I used my helmet as the candy basket. I thought I was dope. I was like, yeah.
That used to always be my go-to, especially when I had like 11, 12. I'm like, man, I got all the football equipment,
Nah,
just paint my face.
Like that was my go-to. That I literally thought of it that day. I was like,
It was so easy.
just put this stuff on, put some blood on my face.
And then when you get to college, you hit the referee a couple times.
Yeah.
You were
I was a jazzercise. Or what were those called? Like the old school workouts? Instructor?
Wait, do you have pictures of this?
I think
You
somewhere.
were in the spandex?
I had a
Please.
Spanish short shorts, I had a headband.
With the camel toe? Left and right.
Well, it wasn't a one piece, it was like a male version of
Okay.
it, yeah.
Still, they be having them one pieces on too. I'm like, yo. who
I mean, no,
pays
it wasn't
this?
like that, but we tried to,
That's dope.
yeah,
That
try
sounds
to
like
do
a
that as
good
much
one.
as possible.
We might have to bring
I was
that
in
back.
college, actually. My freshman year.
I'm excited. So yeah, it sounds like we're gonna
No,
do
we
this.
got to.
Yeah, we're reconvening. Episode 37 though, gentlemen. I feel like
We're
there's
getting up there.
a lot of crazy shit that was going on this week.
There's always something crazy.
I was gonna start with love, but let's start off with some bad news first. I know everybody watched this fight this weekend, and honestly, I don't think there's nothing else we could do about it because there's nobody else we could send to fight this food. There's nothing we could do to combat this. I seen a picture or a video of him saying like the N-word, and they were like, what's messed up is we sent our toughest competitor and he boofed him 3 times. So like,
I didn't want to make it about race, but I know he did that. But yeah, he's the best.
bro, he's too good.
After watching that
I'm
fight,
not even
I'm
mad at him.
convinced he is the best.
No, bro, yeah, he proved it in that fight. I was kind of talking on him with Lamb earlier, and it just, at first, like, it was like, okay, start off rough, he got knocked down. Then he came out and knocked him down twice, Fury down. I thought it was gonna, like, kind of go in Wilder's favor for a little bit. I was like, oh wow, he might pull this off.
After he hit him with the
Yeah.
2-piece, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, he might have something here.
But
Yeah, it
once
looked
it-
like Wilder was getting tired and almost like giving up. It looked like that.
Once it got to around the 6th round, that's when I started to notice he looked more tired. He was starting to have the same faces going
What
on.
round did he get knocked out? Like 4 or 5? And then he knocked him out.
Nah, he got knocked down like the
I
2nd
forgot
round.
they got
and
knocked
shit.
out every round, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
God. It was, what round was it though? It was like,
It was early.
He got knocked down early. Wilder got knocked
Yeah,
down
but
early.
then
And then
Wilder
he
knocked
got
him out the like next round or the 2nd round after that.
I think it was the 6th round.
It was like around that mid
Because the 6th round, they were like, this is when it ended.
last time.
Too bad they don't have the full screen so
I
you
know.
can see what round this is.
And he came out wobbly. I was like, once he got knocked out the first time, I was like,
That
oh
one right
man.
there.
Yeah.
But then he came back, hit him with the 2-piece. I said, okay, let's go, Wilder. And what I did like about Wilder is he did try to switch it up a little bit.
He came with a game plan.
He tried to
Yeah.
he came with the game plan.
Yeah, he
But
Until
then
you could tell it fell apart.
he got tired.
When it wasn't right here after a while. Oof.
No, it was before then.
It was before. He
But
was
right then, that's when he was like,
No,
man,
that was
should I keep doing this?
that was the one though, bro. He came in with a body shot. Bro, first of all, Fury's already blocking everything. He comes in, hits this one that's already being blocked, and he comes up and swings. Fury just ducks. Oh, it's right there. Like,
Yeah.
He ducks.
Yeah.
And then Fury just, watch out.
Boom! He tried to hold on to him.
Yeah.
That's when I knew. I was like, all right, Wilder he's just out of it right now.
But what makes Fury
Not
so
focused.
good is not only does he have reach, he's like so big. So he put that body on you, bro, and he started leaning
Yeah,
on
I
you.
feel like he was cheating at the beginning.
He gets you tired.
3rd and 4th round,
He's gonna
he
get
kept
you
getting him in the
tired,
headlock and just
bro.
like leaning on him.
Putting all that body
And Wilder
weight
was
on,
like,
making your legs heavy.
I was like, oh, he's cheating. But the ref caught on, and I was like, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was trying.
And then Fury just outboxed him after the 6th round.
For
But
sure.
I was about to say, boxing is way more technical. That's what I like it, and he really just outboxed him.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can say. He outboxed him.
Well, and going to Wax's point, like, this fool Wilder was tired. He kept throwing haymakers. Imagine him just cocking up for a haymaker all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just keep doing that over and over. You're gonna wear yourself out. But I did like that he came with a game plan to start it. But you could, after watching, I was like, Fury just the better boxer, bro. Like, this was
the
good.
best, bro.
Like I said, and we sent our toughest guy at him. Like, so like we can't even be like, all right, that was cool. Now what about big homie over here? Because he was the big homie. Who we gonna send now that Wilder got?
Bro, there's no way. If you see the up and coming heavyweights, he was the last one. Wilder was the last one.
And I'll be all on the same page. We feel like Joshua will get his head knocked off in the battle.
No, yeah, Joshua's just big for no reason.
With both of these fools.
Yeah.
Wilder would beat Joshua.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Joshua, I also want to say Joshua proved himself to be the second best fighter. Because he was really tough in this fight.
Joshua.
You mean Wilder?
I mean Wilder.
Yeah, I was like, hold up.
Okay. Nothing about Joshua. But yeah, Wilder proved himself to be
For sure.
like the second best fighter in this.
And I think Wilder, our Fury, says that too. He's like, yo, you're the toughest competitor. Like me and you. He's like, you're not scared to fight me. We don't duck. Like you battle head up, and you came at me. And I thought it was gonna go 12, and it almost did.
What was it,
but
10 or 11?
11. But it was a good fight nonetheless. It was. I'm such a boxing fan. It was great to see real boxing, like people,
Going at it.
who take this shit serious,
Great boxing.
Going at
hitting
it.
each other, not actually.
Every
like,
round had highlights.
Bro, this
That's
was
what really
good.
was.
Yeah.
Like Mayweather's a great boxer, but he's not very entertaining.
He's too
You know,
small. He's
like
not
his career wasn't very entertaining.
Well, look
he had entertaining fights. Don't get me wrong.
True.
But his whole career is just like he was very defensive, and it's kind of boring to watch defensive fights.
We want to see knockdowns.
Exactly. That's why heavyweight
You know,
fights. are the best
exactly.
to watch.
And the fact that they, going back to both of them, having the heart to get up after getting knocked down twice, like,
they're monsters.
that's crazy. Like, imagine
Welterweights get knocked out once and they're like,
I'm done. These fools kept getting up, going at it. Like, that shows how strong they
they're
really are.
monsters.
Yeah.
And for Deontay Wilder to be 6'7", 250, 260, Tyson made him look like a little boy in there. So they was in there just deep, standing.
Dirty. Gypsy, bro, I told you. Gypsy magic. He said, "Choo."
I'm interested to see where they go from here, though, because I mean they're not gonna fight each other again
Fury wants Joshua just to prove it.
just to beat him up.
Man, he just wants whoever.
I'll watch it.
He's like, whoever's hyped, give it to him. And then
There's a what's
His
the Mexican
brother.
homie though? Ruiz, Andy Ruiz is up there.
Chavez, yeah.
Man.
I mean, I'm just saying about a fight.
I know he
heavyweight.
beat Joshua, but
He's in
did
like
he
the
prove anything else after that fight?
he.
Because everybody has that one fight you might beat.
Nah, yeah, but that was to get the belt. So he worked his way up there to get
Right.
the title fight, and he had the belt. So to
Did he
even
defend
have
it?
the belt for a while
Did he?
is good. But then he lost to Joshua right after because he had the rematch. So
Yeah.
Joshua got it back.
Okay.
So then whoever Joshua just lost to, I don't know who that is.
Joshua just lost again?
Yeah.
In the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't know the dude's name either, but he
I
lost.
thought you told me that, but maybe it was you. One of y'all who told me that he just.
No, I remember
lost.
we talked about it, but I didn't know he lost. I think.
Nah, he
I
definitely
think we
lost.
just
I
did.
saw I didn't watch the fight, but I saw the headline.
And that's what makes Anthony Joshua so different too. Is he's not American, so his news and buzz isn't that big here.
Yeah.
Like as big as he is, he's way
I
bigger.
just feel like he's big for no reason. I don't know if he's a good boxer. I've never
He's he's
seen any great
His-
highlights from him.
right.
I just seen powerful punches from him.
I was gonna say his fighting style is legit. He's pretty good. 6'6", 240. But when you fight Tyson Fury, man, all that shit goes out the window.
It's so weird. He like
Not exactly like
he looks like a Jokic. Like you wouldn't think this fool could box, but he comes out in this orthodox way, moving around, coming at you,
Hitting hard, bro.
fucking
When he
moving.
throws them two punches at the same time,
skill.
all that weight too.
he just literally punches both times.
That shit- It's like skill outweighs physique.
It really does, though. It really does. Clearly,
Clearly.
it's your craft. How much
Like
time you put into
Ruiz
it.
proved it.
Yeah.
Fucking Fury, he hasn't been beat yet.
It says Anthony Joshua should allow Tyson Fury to fight the dude Joshua just lost to, because I guess they both have the belts, and then
How you pronounce that dude?
And
name?
then
I
he
didn't
faced.
even
Wait,
try.
hold on. And then he gets to face the winner. No, Fury should watch them fight again
and then they fight
And
Fury.
then whoever wins fights.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
the
this
fuck?
is
Don't give
Sky-
Joshua no break, bro.
Sky Sports. So.
If anything, Fury proved enough. Y'all gotta fight it out. Who's the best out of y'all two?
But it also says
that sucks. How are you gonna beat the person that beat Joshua and then allow Joshua a chance?
no, you're right.
I agree.
That makes
Man,
no
that
sense.
makes no sense.
But it also says Wilder's manager says whether he wins or loses against Fury, he thinks a fight against Joshua or the dude that has the belt for Joshua would be a good fight too.
Either one.
So there's a few other rumblings I would like to see, but I think Fury's in the class of his own, clearly.
Yeah, at this point, Fury.
Top of the class.
Joshua need to fight Wilder.
Honestly,
Joshua needs to get his belt back before he
It's
fights
literally-
anybody.
Exactly, like Josh, fight that person again,
Who
and
is
then
he?
you can talk about Fury.
Right.
But if not,
He keep losing to
Wilder's
these
the next
unknown, unnamed people.
in my opinion, it's Fury, Wilder, and then the rest are all the same. after
right,
that.
like you gotta get past Wilder.
Yeah, like,
That's my opinion.
True.
Like,
I think
fight Wilder,
Fury-
get Wilder his bag is what I'm basically getting at.
Yeah. No, Wilder's
Like Wilder's not done.
yeah,
Nah.
he's a warrior.
He's the second best. He should
For
still
sure.
be able to fight.
I see what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
why Joshua get to skip up above
Right.
Wilder? Okay.
yeah.
No, Fury is in the league of his own, though. So until they can prove who's the best amongst the ranks, but I think Fury just likes beating people up because he was out for so long. He like kind of missed his prime years. So now he's like, dang, I'm like reaping all the benefits of my success I should have had when I was on drugs.
Right.
Now I get to have a nap, and I'm like,
Yeah, he got to the top and then just started partying, did drugs. Was like, well, nobody could beat me.
like early 2000s.
And then I think he probably ran out of money. He was like, I gotta get back into it.
Spent all his money on heroin and
But he's
crack.
still good.
Yeah, it was a good fight. Shout out to boxing. I like the fact that boxing is still here. It's no gimmick stuff.
No, definitely. And then these fake fights that we always talk about, like low key, Fury's younger brother is supposed to be fighting the YouTuber Jake. They got like some contractor working out, and they were interviewing Fury's brother at the game. They're like, "So are you gonna fight Jake?" He's like, "It's up to my lawyers. It's in their hands.
He
They're
wasn't
working
trying to
out
say
the
too
details."
much.
Yeah, he was like, I can't say too much. Then another statement came out later. It was like, "Jake is not on my level." Like,
He's not a real boxer. I know Errol Spence and Sean Porter is supposed to be fighting here soon. Oh, not Errol Spence. He fought Errol Spence first. Sean Porter fight whoever. That's why I respect Sean Porter. But Sean Porter is supposed to be fighting Terrence Crawford. But everybody wants Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence to fight. So they're kind of like the two biggest ones always running. But they're kind of out of their prime now. Terrence Crawford's getting older. And Errol Spence just went through like this crazy car accident. So it was like kind of both diminishing. But Sean Porter just lost to Errol Spence. He's probably going to lose to Bud Crawford. And then hopefully Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence can get in the ring. So I'm loving boxing. And then we still got Tank Davis still buzzing, trying to make a name for himself. It's dope.
he want to fight what's the other dude's name that was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao before he retired? The young cat.
Brona?
No, the Mexican cat. The young one.
I
And
feel like
he got like knocked down, but he got that guy. He finished. He won the fight. He was supposed the other best fighter.
Canelo?
Nah,
Canelo's the best fighter.
no, in Tank's weight class.
Triple G?
No, in Tank's weight class, bro. The lower ones. What's his name, bro? You don't know?
No.
Oh, what's his name? Anyways, but yeah, I'm hyped about.
Romero? That's what they're rumoring. The Charlo brothers are nice too, though. I fuck with the Charlo brothers. I did want to give some shout outs to some black excellence, though. I know y'all seen our boy J.R. Smith out there in the collegiate tournament.
Man, that's dope. I think it's dope that like he's finding something new that he's passionate about after he's done with the NBA. Like, one, I feel like a lot of people when they get older, or the older they get, they think they can't change or switch up their
Or
careers
grow
or do
or
something
evolve,
different.
yeah.
And so like to see him go from being an NBA star straight out of high school to here now going to college, getting a degree, playing on this team, doing something new. That's dope.
Look,
That's
I
crazy.
forget he came straight out of high school, so
Yeah.
this is like a whole experience for him. College is an experience.
For
so,
sure.
Whether he's married and 30 plus or not, like college is still an experience. And clearly he's at the golf tournament. I heard he didn't do too well though.
I mean, hey, you gotta fail to success, bro.
And he has a fucking NBA championship. Right?
Exactly.
What the fuck is this?
This is just, it's cool that he's pursuing something.
Nah,
And
this is dope. Shout out J.R. Smith.
this is dope.
My applause that engineer. Talking to myself.
What can't fight in this food?
This fool got stung by hella hornets. So it says, yo, whoever comes up with the titles for these news stories are hilarious, but it says ex-NBA star J.R. Smith stung by hornets high scores during the collegiate golf tournament. They probably thought that shit was so clever.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I already exited.
They heard it though. That's all.
Yeah, no, but I just said they think they're so clever. It says J.R. Smith is stung by high scores and hornets at his first collegiate tour. And I'm like, they always be trying to be so clever.
For real.
But wait, also, did you guys know that Kanye West had like a school? Like a college?
Oh, actually, didn't he talk about it and then he made it happen?
Actually, I think it's a high school.
Okay,
It's
but he
called-
talked about it in one of his old interviews that he wanted to do.
I
this.
never knew he made it happen. I never knew.
Okay.
I just started seeing like players, like basketball players start to recruit there and like announce that they're going to Donda Academy. I'm like, what the hell is Donda Academy?
So let me tell you why I said that, because I kept seeing stuff trending about him in an old interview where he talks about this, and then they were saying basically he did it, but I didn't look too much into it.
So,
Yeah.
October 9th, 2021, Kanye West is reportedly opening a prep school in Southern California. The rapper is said to be calling the school the Donda Academy, named after his late mother, Donda West.
Bro, what? He has too much time. How does he have time to do all this stuff? He has a school.
You said they're trying to go there?
No, they committed. Some of the top high school basketball players already. It says they're already like, they've been building their schedule, but they already are like scheduled to rival Sierra Canyon,
Oh wow.
which is like
You know,
Bronny and
all these schools
top high
are
school.
owned by white people and were made by white people, just like Kanye just did. Like, so I love this. Keep
What?
doing this. Who else we
Exactly,
got?
like that kind of.
LeBron, let's do it. Who else?
Akon.
He got his whole country he working on. He trying to make Wakanda and shit.
Bro, and I love it. I seen something come out recently that Kanye West filed a trademark for like 20 Donda esque, like Donda esque different trademarks, and it was like he wants to do a dating service and social media site. He wants to do like rental properties. I think he wants to do a lot of shit, but this school is just like a part of that plan. And I'm like, do what you do, Kanye.
He's keeping his mom alive, and that's what he
The
can.
Donda
Well,
name.
man, I'm sure he's probably helping out with those schools and stuff. I would assume what it reminded me of was kind of like what LeBron did with his academy that he created. So
Yeah, it's not like all him. I think I was reading, he just kind of put his name on it. So like there's a committee, people already are working, and then they're like, who can we get to really back us, give us a name? Kanye comes, boom, great marketing, and then it just starts from there.
no, that's dope.
And I'm sure he has some type of equity in it, but it's not like 100%.
like LeBron's.
Or
But I don't know if LeBron's is 100% either. It's not just like that easy to just like,
right, or it could have been his idea, and he got those people. He found those
Also.
people together
Also.
because it's not that easy, like you said.
Yeah.
You can't just like, oh, I wanna
Takes
do
having
this.
those connections,
I got this
yeah.
money, I'm gonna do it. Nah, you gotta have people that's willing to make the dream work for you and with you and make that shit happen. Like,
'cause
you
that's
can't
not-
just push a button. This ain't no video game. Why can't no
For real.
video game, bro?
This
This
is
ain't
people,
Sims.
high school is people's lives, and
Like,
it's important stuff.
You
so.
literally like, I feel like the more things people try to do, you realize you actually need other people's help. And
No,
For sure.
You need other people to do stuff with you. You know.
Oh,
Like,
for sure, for
You
sure.
could have all the passion, all the drive in the world, and try to do something and have the perfect vision, but you need help, bro.
Always. It says, according to USA Today, high school sports, West is reportedly preparing to open a prep school in Simi, California, like you said. But it says the electric artist has already enlisted 5-star recruit Robert Dillingham, 4-star recruit Zion Cruz, 4-star recruit Jalen Hooks, and 2024 forward Ja'Kai Howard. So 5 and 4-star, these niggas ain't no pushovers. He's gonna be balling. It's gonna be interesting to see. Donda Academy, 3 for Donda Academy. But shout out to Kanye too, that's dope.
It's the over under on Donda Academy. That sounds tight. I hope it is successful. Right now it sounds like it's just in the works, so hopefully that shit.
And especially like, cause that interview that I was talking about, it talked about him doing this, and for him to bring something to light.
Do you know when that interview came out? Or
I want to say it was like 2013, 2014. I think it was around like Yeezus time.
Okay.
That's what
Bro,
I think it
I'm
was.
so hyped to see this documentary. Because that's really
Oh,
going
yeah,
to expose
when does it come out?
all his manifestations. Because Kanye ain't just all of a sudden become Kanye. He's always been that way.
And
He's
that's
just
what-
outspoken.
That's
just
what everybody
just
says.
crazy
Oh, first time I
almost,
met
you know?
Kanye,
Crazy.
yeah, he knew he was Kanye. That's everybody's story. Oh, the first time I met Kanye, he said this. Oh, he knew he was gonna be great. Like that's always everybody's story. So, and that's from Dame Dash, Jay-Z, Pharrell. It doesn't matter who you ask, they always say the same thing. So like, I'm as polarizing as Kanye is. He's like the only. I'm not the only, but he's uncancelable, bro. The leeway and like the grace that we give Kanye for the stuff that he has done or will do is kind of crazy. Like he's literally uncancelable. And this is a perfect segue because I feel like for Dave Chappelle, it might have been a little harder to cancel him because it's just words. But Kanye has actually like done some like outlandish shit, like some actionable, putting on the cap. Like it's harder to just cancel people just for saying stuff. But I feel like Kanye is one of the only people who's literally like uncancelable.
You know what's crazy? Real quick, I just want to say, because you said the red cap. I don't know if I want to say it. Fuck it. It's like he put the red cap on, and we look at the red cap like it's racist almost, right? That's how we feel about it,
Like,
you know? That's how everybody feels about it. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, when you, I don't know if I want to say this, but Trump wasn't that, like, he had some shit that he was doing that was good for our country. Everything he was doing wasn't that good. Like, the shit that he was doing that was bad was overshadowing the shit that he was doing that was good. So I understand why Kanye would back him. I don't think it was just like Kanye just acting out like on some, I need some attention shit. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's all it is.
Community because of her support for Dave Chappelle. He actually let her perform on stage. And it's very interesting how he tells the story, but what he was saying is she was shunned and ended up, taking her own life because of being shunned from her own community. So it is important for people to be able to have these discussions. If anything, if you don't agree with Dave Chappelle, at least what he's saying, I mean, he's a comedian.
And by the way, there's other things on that special you could really be out with. But, I mean, I'm not,
What did he say?
I'm not here, but really.
Wait, so she took her own life, the comedian?
Yeah. You wanna?
So kind of the gist is, so she was a comedian. She used to come to his shows in San Francisco all the time.
She was a transgender comedian.
Yes.
And he said he can clearly see by looking at her that she was transgender. And like you said, Dave Chappelle's told a lot of transgender jokes in his past few specials and on tour. And he was saying she was clearly transgender, but she was laughing like the loudest at like all
She's
his,
the most engaged.
at all his transgender jokes. So it kind of like intrigued him a little bit. But my bad, I just had to give some background.
No, yeah. So then basically he invited her to come on. Like every time he was in San Francisco, well, one time he explained a specific story. He was in San Francisco. He was going to do a show. He called her up to do an opening act. she kind of bombed it. But long story short, they built this whole relationship, and
Yo, that was the funniest story he said. Cause she was an inspiring comedian.
yeah, she only did like 6 shows before she met Dave Chappelle.
But he was like, that's interesting that she was transgender and she's like engaged. And that's what I love about Dave Chappelle. That's what I love about Dave Chappelle. He engages, he invites the conversation.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm getting canceled by these other groups, but clearly there's something that we connect about. So he literally reached out to her personally, found out she was a comedian, and was like, found out that she lived in San Francisco. Time goes by, he has a tour, he's back in San Francisco, remembers that she's a comedian, and he does her a solid by reaching out and like, hey, I need openers. Do you want to come out and open? And he's like, she's professional, she's on time.
But she bombed it for 45 minutes straight.
She was on time, but it was the worst comedy ever. And he was like, that was fine though, because she took it like a champ. Like,
But the point where it kind of turned was he got on stage, and she still sat up front and was laughing, kind of having like an engaging story time with him. Like they were talking back and forth, and it turned into where like she kind of stole the show from my understanding, because she was making funny remarks.
and there was like a heckler, I think.
Yeah, well, one person was like, hey, does the carpet match the drapes?
Yeah.
And then like he said, Dave Chappelle said they got all quiet. Everything got
Awkward.
quiet and awkward. But Daphne looked back with kind of a smirk and said, sir, I don't have no drapes. This is a hardwood floor. And everyone started dying. And so like...
And he said just like that, everybody forgot about her bombing and everything. So like, he was just setting up the perfect story. Long story short, sorry to cut you off. But,
No, you're good.
Long story short, I feel like we got that cohesion. We like a baby and Lil Durk. Long story short, Dave Chappelle continues these jokes, and the transgender LBGT community plus is still at his neck, and she comes out and openly defends him, talks about her relationship with him, says he's a good guy, she loves him, and pretty much she gets ridiculed and slandered by her own community, whether it's online in real life. Like she just kind of gets it, and then a few weeks after that she kills herself. And he's saying like he's not certain that it was because of the internet bullying per se, but he's sure that didn't make it any worse. And he's just like, how rude do you have to be to outlie somebody from your own community? And that's kind of what it's all about. It's just about like being empathetic and seeing things on both sides. And that's why like his stories, how he brought in the baby, like the baby's from Charlotte, North Carolina. Like you said, he shot people, he's from the hood. You think he hasn't said worse stuff than what he's said than that? Like, you gotta give these people time to grow and to actually like live and become superstars, because ignorance is bliss. He didn't know what he was saying was wrong. So like for him to just make one mistake online and just be completely ridiculed like that. But then when the other side of the community wants that same understanding or empathy, or like when you ask them a question, or when they want the pronouns, it's a whole thing. And it's like, no, just keep it fair on both sides. Like, I'm not saying like I can't make jokes about you, but like I make jokes about everybody, so why is it a thing when I make jokes about specifically you? And I feel like that was this whole thing.
Yeah.
As far as the pronouns go, bro, just learn people's names. Call them by their name. Period. You can literally. That's it.
I mean, yeah, that's that was
Well, I think it's all about being respectful regardless. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I choose to live my life and not go through and disrespect anyone. You know, I try to make sure, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just a respectful person. And that stuff doesn't bother me. If, like, being trans, if you want to go, like, another way, or if you feel that's who you are, like, I believe you. So, like, do your thing and live your life and be happy.
That's what I mean by learn people's names. Like, just,
Yeah.
be personable.
Yeah, just know them for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would you have to be like, I
They're
get
an
it.
object.
It's nature, you know, we are male or female. So I see the controversy.
No, I definitely see the concept.
But as far as being personable and just treating people as people, just learn people and just love people for who they are. That's it.
For sure.
You know, like whatever they decide to be, that's it. Like whatever they decide should not affect you. Whatever your reasoning for them affecting you is probably wrong.
Yeah, but I don't think Dave Chappelle should be canceled. With everything I said, me personally, I think he's trying to make valid points. One, he's a comedian too. Like,
Right,
like he's a comedian. Why are we taking it? Yeah, like
Dave Chappelle is
Yeah.
a comedian.
like
So at what point do we like not allow comedians to push the boundaries, which they've always been
always
doing?
No, that's what makes a comedian a comedian.
yeah,
right?
exactly.
No, that's what.
It's like, oh, I wouldn't have said that, but that's why he's getting paid.
It's like you. Somebody's gonna be sweating in the room. The rest of the room's gonna be laughing. That's
Right.
what
Yeah.
comedians do. It's just that's what it is.
And I seen somebody say on Twitter, like, he literally made fun of so many different people in that stand-up, but for them to just like,
Exactly.
nope, you can't talk about us though, not us.
Yeah.
Nope, that's what we
He
draw the
literally
line.
said it too.
Not yet.
In that.
What?
I'm
He's
sure
been
that's
talking
in
about white people. I told you this. He's been talking about white people forever, and he even says that. Like, he's like, if you really listen to me, my quarrel's been with white people. And
Bro, honestly, that's why this is dope. I don't know if we set it up right, but Dave Chappelle has a new stand-up out on Netflix, his final stand-up of his series. I remember a few years ago, there was this huge thing that Dave Chappelle signs this multi-year deal, multi-production deal for like X amount, $100 million. It was a lot of money. So this is technically like his last album under contract. So like, this is his
he said
last
this was
one.
last for a minute.
Right, this is the last one that he has to do under
The next
Netflix until they recoup. And it's dope. It's called The
Whoever it's gonna
Closer.
be.
It's called The Closer for one. And he like brings all of his stuff full circle.
Full circle.
After I
He's a
watched
genius.
this, it made me want to watch his other stuff.
No, that's
Wait,
hilarious.
what do you mean other stuff like on other platforms?
No,
Or
it's all
the
on
beginning
Netflix.
of the Netflix one?
His Netflix series.
Okay,
But
you might wanna
Netflix,
go look at the beginning.
Netflix is bought into Dave Chappelle, so not only do they have his stand-ups, they have like a lot of Dave Chappelle's.
Well, that's what I meant by other platforms like Comedy Central. Dave Chappelle they have on there.
They have a lot of stuff.
That's
No,
what I
they
meant.
have
though.
to do
But what did I
Dave
watch?
Chappelle show.
No, that's what I meant. You want to go watch his old stuff like.
No, yeah, his old,
Comedy
more
Central
recent.
Dave
So
His
his
series
more,
with Netflix.
yes, since
Just
he's
that
came
one.
back from Africa, Dave
Okay,
Chappelle.
that's the one you want.
Yeah. And I think it has all been with Netflix, but I know he's done a lot of stuff with YouTube and different things like that. But just since he left the Chappelle
Like,
show.
I know the
came
big
back
one
into
that he brought up was Sticks and Stones, and that's on Netflix. I know that.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think that was one of the middle ones. I think
Yeah.
I watched the very first one,
I
and
think the very first one's self-named.
it
Dave
might
Chappelle.
be
Yeah.
because he was talking about like his hiatus and him
Yeah.
coming back, and he kind of explained. He's such a genius, but he kind of explained like why he left the Chappelle show
For
and
sure,
what it was
yeah.
like. And that was when everybody was like, "What the fuck? Dave Chappelle's all buff. Like, why is he?" But it was dope because it's called The Closer, and he brings everything full circle. Conclusion. It's like a whole thesis printed out, explanation, and that's why I love comedians because they're so smart and their
So
perspective is
smart,
so
yeah.
different.
One thing, I'm not gonna lie, one of the funniest parts to me though, when he was talking about COVID and how dirty he felt, because I
Oh.
felt that same way, bro.
And she came over to the table, was
Yeah.
pronouncing all the H words.
Hi, how are you? Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is hilarious, bro. He's way more funny.
He said, ew, bitch.
Oh man, I gotta watch it.
And he's like, it's not that I'm like super big on the vax, but he was like, it was there, it was convenient, so I got it. Hey, and then
That was hilarious, bro.
but he's like, I do believe you should like protect the community and what he's doing for his community of Ohio, and like I've heard what he's done for his ecosystem is like similar to what LeBron has done to every team he's been on, but specifically Cleveland. Like what the jobs he's brought to his town, because he has shows there, so people get hotels, restaurants. Like that whole town is thriving just because of Dave Chappelle. Is what I've been hearing
I believe it. That's
Did
proper
he just
too.
do shows there for a while?
through the pandemic.
Yeah,
Oh,
He
yeah,
had people
I feel like we
get
talked
the
about
rapid testing, all that. Like he has a whole ecosystem out there. So Dave Chappelle's doing all right. He's dope. But it does suck that he did say that's gonna be his last one for
for
a
a
minute.
minute. Yeah. I mean,
What do you mean by that?
yeah. Hopefully, it's not as long as it was last time, because that was forever.
And he dropped a few little like 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute ones on Netflix or on YouTube.
Okay.
Like the 957 that was dedicated to George Floyd.
Actually, I do remember that one. Yeah.
There was another one
Where you sit on the stool in Ohio. I'm pretty sure,
yeah.
That's why YouTube's so dope, because these
It's
people
all
can
about
literally
you.
just be like, no, I'm gonna get a bag real quick. I'm gonna
Straight
drop
to
a
your,
video.
straight to your fans.
boom, all that money goes straight to you.
From you to not all of it,
But what's
a
crazy
good
is
amount.
I feel like that was his
Without
way
doing
of
any
addressing it.
contracts, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you get this. And then
But
I don't get this.
I think it's dope that he just wants to put his word out there because you're not necessarily gonna make like a whole crazy amount of money off of one YouTube video. I mean, I don't know how that really works.
That's exactly.
Yeah, it's more like I'm gonna get my word out there.
It's more
Like
about
this is how I
spreading the
feel.
word.
It depends on how many times people watch it. But
True.
Yeah, but even
anyway,
still, it's
yeah.
like streaming. You don't get
Yeah.
that much money off of streaming.
Yeah.
It's enough, shit. It's more than me.
Not for Dave Chappelle.
I mean, if he was posting all the time,
I mean, he literally is just sleeping, bro. Making money.
bro.
But regardless, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
he's
small
he's
gap.
made it. I mean, he can't be canceled. Even if they think that he is, he's already made enough money to probably last him a lifetime.
And he has a cult following that is like,
Yeah.
are you stupid? This is Dave Chappelle, let's be serious. But, and he's granted that, like, buffer as a comedian. Like, he's a comedian. He's supposed to talk about the times. And in the times we're in, we got Caitlyn Jenner and, like, a whole bunch of different
Oh,
stuff
yeah, he
going
talked
on.
about that, yeah.
So, it's just the time we're in. And I feel like it's so dope that Netflix came out and actually backed him. And actually, like, put out a statement because there are actual people and organizations. And even I read people that work for Netflix, trans workers that were and LGBTQ members for Netflix are like practicing are planning a walkout because of this. And Netflix went on and said, issued an official statement. It said, Dave Chappelle special, The Closer, doesn't cross the line on hate and will remain on the streaming service despite fallout over the comedian's remarks about the transgender community. And it says this, in an internal memo, co-CEO Ted Sarandos told managers that some talent may join third parties in calling for the show's removal, adding, which we are not going to do so. So it sounds like some of the other third party streamings that work in Netflix might be giving into pressure, but Netflix is like, Dave Chappelle's our guy. And this is their last one under contract, so we're like, we're trying to get him back. So we're gonna do everything we can to get Dave back. I don't know if y'all remember when Dave was like, I haven't got paid from the Chappelle show since basically I signed my name on the line, and Netflix took it off. And after Netflix took it off, then HBO took it off, and then other platforms.
But then
took it off.
Netflix weren't they the first one to want to pay him for it?
Yeah, they gave him
they're
his
all back
rights.
on there now, yeah.
After they gave him his
Yeah.
rights and gave him equity in show, like
Yeah.
they should. So Netflix is doing all right. They want him on board. I feel like I was about to. Real quick, let's get into John Gruden because we talked about people who can't get canceled. Looks like it's over for our boy John Gruden and Chucky. And I say our boy loosely because I don't think none of us like hope for my wins. But it looks like it might be over for John Gruden. New York Times reports, breaking news, the NFL coach John Gruden used misogynistic and homophobic language for years, a review of emails shows. He denounced the emergence of women referees, the drafting of gay players, and the tolerance of protests during the national anthem. We don't have to stay here too long because we've kind of already been on the whole cancel train for a minute. But any thoughts about John Gruden and this whole email getting? I don't know what you would call this whole email fiasco.
It's crazy because I don't know when y'all first heard the story. When the story first broke, it was just like the racist emails. That was it.
It was about the NFLPA commissioner.
It was.
And he was calling like the big lips. or
Yeah, he
something.
commented on. It was like.
Was it a Monday morning when it broke?
No,
I
it was
can't remember
Sunday.
the exact
Oh, was it
date,
Sunday?
but
It was Sunday.
it was like in 2011 when he wasn't even the head coach.
Right, 10 years ago.
And he was commenting on DeMaurice Smith, who was the NFLPA like commissioner or whatever. And this was during like the lockout, and I don't know what was going on, but clearly John Gruden didn't agree with it. And his name is DeMaurice Smith, and John Gruden called him DeMaurice Smith. And he said, with his Michelin Man tire lips. So they're saying he had a racial undertone.
So that's what everybody was talking about all Sunday, bro. All Sunday.
And we thought that was the worst of our worries.
And he was still coaching. He coached Sunday. The game went on, and it's just like, dang, this is crazy. And then Monday is when.
See, I saw it during the game.
During
Yeah,
the
but I
game.
thought it was Monday morning when everything, because that's when I saw it. So that's probably when I
So Monday morning is when like the rest of them speed
Honestly,
up.
it might have came out Saturday because
It was the racist ones were out Sunday
Friday,
for sure.
Saturday. Yeah, because he said something before the game and they still let him play.
Oh yeah, after the game they asked him, and he addressed the emails Sunday night.
Yeah, that's why I didn't bet because I was like, Las Vegas is going through all that head coaching stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, I'm kind of worried about them. And sure enough, they got whooped by the Bears, was it?
Yeah.
Like
So Sunday he addressed the racist emails, and then Monday is when the gay ones came out. When he, do you have the background on that one?
Yeah. So honestly, the way that all of this came out is wild. It doesn't even stem from John
Didn't it?
Gruden. I got caught in a wormhole
Yeah, how did it come
yesterday.
explaining that
Not at all
I
inspired. Not at all inspired. But so what happened was it started in Washington with Dan Campbell and one of his representatives. And Dan Campbell was suing somebody somewhere for it's over in India, I want to say, for copyright infringement or something. It's something business related. So with that being said, the attorneys have to audit Washington football teams, that attorneys and some of that head coaches emails to kind of go through stuff. But that, I don't even think it's an attorney. It's one of the side coaches and assistant coach, something important in there. They have a relationship with John Gruden. So as they were going through the head coach, or as they were going through the emails for that attorney or that person in Washington, they came across these emails from John Gruden, and they seen that one from about DeMaurice Smith, and they're like, yo, we might have to look more into this, because all of his crazy, he was calling people pussies, and he was saying all that to this guy, the guy in Washington. Apparently they had a pretty close relationship. He said something about, do you remember when the NFL came out, and it was during all the kneeling stuff, and they just came out and said, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to allow the players, if they don't want to stand for the national anthem, they can just stay in the locker room. He came out and said, he was like, the NFL, everything was redacted at first because it was still developing, but they put the pieces together. And they was like, yeah, this guy's dumb. He doesn't know how to make a decision. They're pussies, and they can't just make a decision. Comes out, he's talking about Roger Goodell. He has so much tough stuff talking about Roger Goodell personally. And then he was talking about the NFL going to female referees. You told me he was sending nudes of the cheerleaders. I didn't even know about that.
Photos of the cheerleaders,
He came out and was talking about how Jeff Fisher and the Rams drafted the first openly gay person, and he was like, they're just.
He was pressured by the commission.
Yeah, he said Goodell called him and was like, we have to make a statement type deal.
He was like, yeah, they're pussy for that.
And he called him some type of pussy. I don't remember what, but he was calling everybody pussies.
That's crazy. I didn't know that it broke like that.
Bro, so they're from them looking at this guy's emails, they're like, yo, John Gruden is wild. We need to look more into this.
I was trying to lay out the timeline because I was trying to say that he didn't get fired until the gay emails came out, just to go along with what we were talking about Dave Chappelle, but nah, it was just overwhelming. I don't know if it was timing,
Adam
gay emails,
Adam Schefter
what.
called it a clean sweep.
It was just like, nah,
He
you gotta go.
said he had emails of the commissioner about misogyny, about gays, and about racism. He said he did the clean sweep. He's out of here.
He resigned.
So honestly,
Yeah, he was like,
He knows.
he already know. That's how you know what he was saying. It was.
it doesn't
crazy.
surprise
You
me.
can't deny it.
It doesn't surprise me. What surprises me is that people, even if it was however long
That
ago,
kind of does surprise me though.
it surprised me that he would put that stuff in emails. That's what really surprised. When have you ever sent an
I
email?
don't really know that many people that talk like that.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
No,
It's
even in private, bro. I'm like, this shit.
Really? What's crazy is I feel like my coaches were like that when I was in high school. They would I mean, not maybe like saying racist stuff, but like in regards to calling us.
But yeah, when they're older,
Yeah.
No,
the F words.
maybe I just don't know that many older white men
Oh, these were
because
black dudes, but calling us that in high school.
oh,
Talking that way. I mean, I don't know, but I just think that's like football
Anyway,
culture.
Culture,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say.
okay, yeah. Anyways, what he was even, I don't know, yeah.
But I guess the guy, his name is Bruce Allen, and he was the former president of the Washington football team. So that was the guy that he was communicating with. I kept saying the attorney, but he was the former Washington football team's president. And as the Washington football team and Dan Snyder and their team is suing like these other people that they're doing business with, they need to see the emails to see all their business, like make sure everything's good. And they come across these John Gruden emails and they're like, yo, this is wild.
But that's, bro, email is a legal document, bro. That shit's used in
I
court
will
all the
never
time.
send
Like, I'm
anything
surprised people are
criminal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You have to-
It doesn't surprise me that John Gruden is all this that we're finding out. It doesn't surprise me. It just surprised me that he was dumb enough to put that shit in emails. Like, who does that?
I didn't know he was that type of person.
I wouldn't think so either, but
I'm surprised. I thought he was a good guy.
yeah, I'm definitely not.
His image is always gonna be tainted for me now.
That's why he had to leave, because
Yeah, he's definitely Chucky now.
No.
There's no denying he's
Look,
not
his
Chucky.
neck's just naturally red. Bro, like, it doesn't even make sense. Like,
But a lot of rednecks are just ignorant, bro.
No,
that's
no.
what that's.
but that's kind of ignorant stuff
That's
that he's
ignorant,
doing.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
Nah, he knew what he was saying, bro.
but that's still ignorant. Even if he did, that's even more ignorant. If you know what you're doing and you're still going out there and you're gonna say that, and especially put it in emails, that's pretty ignorant.
to not know that
Yeah.
your emails can always be traced back to you.
Always.
Especially if
Well,
you're
I
like
guess,
working
yeah, in
for
the
a
sense
company.
of not knowing his emails will be exposed eventually. That's it. Ignorant. He's ignorant in that aspect, but to talk bad about people not knowing like what you're saying.
What I would
In
say
that
is,
sense
I
of
feel like he
ignorance,
thought,
Yeah,
like,
he's old enough to know that.
Right, like what do you like? Oh, that's I shouldn't say that. That's
Exactly.
bad. Like
no,
he's
it's
not ignorant like that.
He's
Like he
ignorant
knows
enough
what
to
he's
think he
saying.
would get away with something like
Yeah.
that.
No, I
guess
get
is
what you
yeah,
guys are
yeah.
saying. No,
Yeah.
but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
he knew
sure.
what he was saying.
And it
Oh, for
says it says Gruden's behavior was not
He
limited
knew it was
to
wrong.
2011. It says Gruden exchanged emails with Allen and other men that included photos of women wearing only bikini bottoms, including one photo of two Washington football cheerleaders. Gruden also criticized President Barack Obama during his re-election, as well as then Vice President Biden, whom Gruden called a nervous, clueless pussy. He used similar words to describe Goodell and DeMaurice Smith. So like, it is interesting because is this all just
He
developing? Are
better
they
go
going
to
to
rock.
finding more emails, or are they just
Bro.
going to stop it here?
No,
Everything's gonna get
So
exposed. It's already
Washington
started.
I already told you some of the football players are refusing to play until all the emails are released. They're like, no, we need to know everything.
That's
Like,
wild.
if anyone's still connected to this.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we need to know everybody. And it's stirring up a lot of stuff. Like, I didn't watch ESPN or no sports networks today. Did y'all? Were they talking about it all today?
I haven't, bro.
I watched Monday.
I'm sure they were talking about it today.
I watched Monday, and they broke it live during the game. They like
Yeah,
I did watch
Monday.
that.
split screened the
Like,
game
he
to talk
resigned.
about
Nah,
it.
they like stopped it and then
Adam Schefter pulled up live, so it was definitely a big
Yeah, as
deal.
soon as that's what I was gonna say. I was trying to like make light of the situation. I was like trying to joke about it, saying like he didn't have to resign until the gay emails came out like mid Monday night football game where he got to coach a whole Sunday night game or Sunday game. But
Bro, but who even knows? Bro, who knows how long this shit's been going on and it's really just
this
hitting
was 10
us.
years ago.
Well, no, I'm saying like the whole story leaking out. I don't know. When I watch these TV shows like The Morning Show or even Ted Lasso, how shit gets out, it's like people know what's going on before shit actually goes on or it gets posted.
Yeah, no, somebody
Yeah.
did, for sure.
Before we find out.
Yeah, Gruden probably knew for sure.
For sure. He was probably sweating bullets that whole week.
Right.
Gruden.
Yeah, he probably.
He was-
gays, minorities, all sorts of people. A short time ago, in which John Gruden had a
clean
clean
sweep.
sweep.
He gotta get his ass out of here.
What's crazy is he had a a decade contract. He had a 10-year
10-year.
contract, and he was like in what, his third or fourth year or
Fourth
something?
year.
Fourth-
10
that's
year,
crazy.
100 million.
That's crazy.
Sucks to be you, man.
Bro, that's crazy. That's why you just gotta be a good person, man. Fuck.
At the
Why
end
is
of
it
the
so
day.
hard, bro? Why is it so
You
hard?
too worried about the wrong stuff, man. You worried about the wrong stuff. In other great news, though, some more black excellence. Did you guys hear Rihanna was opening some physical stores here soon?
No, but that's dope.
It's about to take her to the next level.
They
Damn,
she
she
like
gonna
R.I.P. Victoria's Secret.
100%.
Yeah, she's gonna be her own Victoria's Secret. That's
She's
crazy.
gonna buy all their places.
That's the only thing that was
They
like.
might as well just sell it to her real quick. and
Bro, she's about to take
get
over.
their last bag that they can.
That was the only thing that was stopping her from going next level.
Yeah.
Like nobody needs Victoria's Secret, bro.
It says Rihanna Savage X Fenty, and that's what I was wondering too. But it says Rihanna Savage X Fenty takes Victoria's Secret's battle to the streets by opening physical stores in 2022. Shout out to her.
Hey, what is Rihanna Savage?
That's what I was wondering, if it was just going to be her Savage line, which is her lingerie, or if it was going to include her makeup line also. But it says Savage and Fenty.
So Fenty's
Why
not
wouldn't she do
lingerie.
both? Yeah.
Fenty-
So it looks like she's going to
Wait,
combine
Fenty's
it.
not lingerie.
Fenty is makeup, Savage is
So that makes
lingerie.
sense.
Yeah.
She's
So,
doing
she's going-
Savage and Fenty.
That goes perfect together. Like,
No, it does.
from like,
And that's what separates her from Victoria's Secret alone, right
Exactly.
there. That's what takes her.
She's definitely gonna be in there.
Let
Get me
alone.
some
Wait, what?
Savage boxers.
Wait, huh?
you can get some savage boxes.
You gonna be in there?
Yeah, bro, they like silky, bro.
No, I seen a few of the Savage boxes. I didn't know where you were going with that, but that was
Yeah,
a good
you know,
save.
We can talk about makeup. That's why. You know,
Nah,
it's like,
bro, I was low key jealous. I was like, bro, Rihanna, all these. I was like, Rihanna just catering to all these girls. They got all these soft lingerie and stuff. I'm like, and literally, I'd be wearing pajamas. Y'all wear pajamas? But anyways, if you wear pajamas, bro, I'm like,
I get
I
too
would
hot.
love some Rihanna pajamas. Like, I know they feel good. Like,
nah, they gotta be Rihanna shorts.
and I looked into it. Yeah.
some silk shorts.
Nah, yeah. I would definitely wear
Yeah.
some
Boxers.
Savage
Boxers.
boxers.
Only
Some
boxers.
Speedos.
Boxers only.
No briefs.
Nah, I want it to be like
Boxer
some,
briefs.
no briefs. Nah, this is what I picture: some silk shorts and like a top, like robe kind
Yeah, I
of.
can see some tank tops.
Robe, Ronald, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to us.
That's what I wear. I
Socks.
wear pajama pants and a robe. That's what I was sleeping.
See, I can't
If
do the
it's hot,
pants
I
though.
take
That's
the
why we
robe
need
off.
another demo. I get
You
too
just wear a
hot.
shirt. You be Winnie the Pooh in it.
Nah,
You do.
nah.
Oh, you gotta wear shorts.
I wear
you can't wear. You
shorts.
can't wear
Oh.
long.
Nah, pants just like I get too hot. I'm like,
Yeah, the first thing I take off is the shirt. I'm like,
oh
okay.
for sure. And that's the first thing that does come off. It's
I just
usually
can't
the
wear underwear.
Word?
Has to be loose.
This is going on.
I need pajamas. That's all I'm saying, bro.
You need free
Pajamas
ball?
are made for a reason. Wear pajamas, they'll change your
Wait,
life.
so
too
corduroys with the no underwear underneath?
No, I'm
You are
sleeping.
dangerous, man. You are a dangerous
When
man.
I'm sleeping, bro. I don't like to wear underwear when I'm sleeping.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I wear underwear.
Jeans without underwear is
No,
wild.
that's dangerous.
Dangerous.
That is dangerous.
No, if
Okay.
you know how jeans are made, that's dangerous.
So just sleeping.
No, yeah, I just don't like to sleep in.
I've always wondered, because a lot of times women sleep naked. I tried to sleep naked and I feel like I'm like too free out there. I need some type of containment. So I like at least just undies only, but like I tried to sleep naked a few times and it doesn't hit for me as much.
No, I don't like to sleep naked. I like
Some type of
pajamas.
bodies. It's about containment. I feel like so vulnerable. Like,
For-
No, 'cause I get
also,
cold.
I think what this might be
get
crazy.
cold
Man.
now.
I'm just thinking, what if some shit goes down
That's what I'm saying.
and I have to get up and I'm fucking you out here, bro? Like,
Nah,
who's there?
no,
Just
exactly.
sweating.
No, so I don't sleep naked. I wear pajamas. Just wear pajamas, bro.
No, yeah,
You
that was a separate.
Buy pajamas.
I was just wondering.
If you don't wear pajamas after this episode, if you see this episode, go buy some pajamas, go to sleep, and let me know how you feel.
But see, I have pajamas, and this is how it starts. They're on, and then I'm like, oh, I'm too hot. I gotta take these off.
Well, they could be shorts.
No, but yeah, if they're shorts,
Yeah.
I've even bought pajamas and cut
They
them
got
into
summer
shorts.
pajamas.
Well,
They got summer pajamas.
how do you guys feel about women in lingerie in general?
It's sexy. Psych.
No, I
No,
agree.
not psych, but yeah, it is sexy. I didn't
It's
even
like
say
one of
that.
those things. Like it's a nice surprise when I get it, but I don't need it all the time. Like I don't need, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah.
Hey. Right. Once I get my Rihanna Savage boxers, I'm wearing them every night. So I just know-
Poop stains over there.
Bro,
You got one
I'm
pair
wearing
now.
7 pairs.
You don't have a pack?
I'm not gonna wear the same pair every night.
Sorry, I don't know where else.
Dang, bro. Anyways, what I was getting at is I'm pretty sure females wear their lingerie every night if they do. And
Well,
what are you getting at with lingerie? Like,
I think
does it have to
lingerie's
be like-
overrated.
Is it like a?
lingerie's overrated to me. Like,
Do you think?
I get it, like you're saying, it's like the thought that matters.
Yeah.
It's cool, but like women spend all this money on the lingerie to wear it for a minute, 30 seconds. You're like, oh, this is nice, and then you just take it right off
Yeah.
afterwards. Like, I'm an old school guy. Give me the t-shirt. You come through with the no
Perfect.
panties,
Perfect.
or the little
Yeah.
boy shorts, and that's perfect.
Perfect.
Interesting. Well, I was just thinking on the side that women just like to wear pajamas like I do, and why not it be lingerie?
Yeah,
So,
give me a woman in a long, my t-shirt. Oh, that's all I need. You
Exactly.
sexy girl. Let's go to bed.
I agree. That's
No,
what
that's
I'm
good.
No, if the girl, I mean,
She bad. She bad.
yeah, right.
I don't know. I guess
I just
I like
think
more
like
realistic
pajamas.
stuff, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't need. Not saying that's
It's like some
Mine-
movie.
yeah, like how we would be naturally. Like I don't need you to do too much. I like a person when they're like vulnerably themselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're gonna, especially for like just dating, you know, wear it right away. I feel like
You're doing a lot. You're
yeah,
doing too much.
personally.
So, just you guys. Never mind. When
You
you
keep
guys,
saying that. I like it like for like if it's a birthday.
Exactly,
If it's
special
a New
occasion.
Year's Eve.
Exactly.
so you guys think of lingerie as a
Exactly.
special occasion. Girls only put lingerie on for special occasions.
I mean, you
it's-
can determine when that
exactly.
special occasion is. It doesn't have to be what he said.
Well,
It could be because she's feeling it.
I feel like what I was trying to say was girls are gonna sleep in what they sleep in every night. And if lingerie is what they sleep in every night, they're gonna put lingerie on every night.
I don't know any girl that
That's
sleeps in
that's
I don't
lingerie.
their
either.
pajamas.
I don't
So
know.
that's why I was like, what is lingerie to y'all?
Lingerie to me is like
It's sexy.
it's something
sleep
sexy,
clothes.
like a
Okay.
top, like
So
it's
to
very
answer
revealing.
That question, I think it's overrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were like comparing like lingerie
I was-
to like pajamas. Basically.
Right, I was like, they gonna wear their lingerie regardless if you
Nah.
see them or
No, but
not,
she
bro.
has-
They ain't worried
she
about
has
y'all.
lingerie.
Lingerie's like a little more like up
Okay.
when they want to do a little extra.
Yeah.
But now women are wearing lingerie to the club with some jeans and like, yeah, here we go.
Like, I don't
Boobies
see
out.
this, exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, okay.
So lingerie is something you wouldn't normally wear.
Yes, it's meant to be sexy.
It's like
Yes.
that separate
Yes.
pajamas.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
It's just meant to
My
be
bad.
I don't
sexy.
even know
My
if it's
bad.
pajamas. It's for show.
My bad. Okay.
Like,
It's just
Yeah, I mean-
lingerie.
Hey, I would love to see some lingerie every now and then, but every time not.
But
But
like, don't force it.
like
yeah.
to the female viewers, lingerie is definitely appreciated. Like I'm
For
sure.
sure.
y'all would disagree.
No, for sure. And it's like,
But it's not expected every
it's
time.
like fuck what we think too. If that's what you want to wear for the time being,
Exactly.
like you're already
Right.
saying, you get to choose what the special occasion is. But like, don't feel entitled to think
don't
I
feel like-
want that shit because I will take you in some sweatpants and your bun and the ponytail. Because if you're bad like that, let me tell you.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
Hey,
Exactly.
first of all, they should deserve the lingerie. Don't try to impress no man unless they deserve the impression. Shit.
I just
Sometimes
don't feel like you're
I-
obligated to. Like, I'm gonna think less of you if you don't do this for me. Like, it's nice. I appreciate the thought if you're gonna go that far and think about me in that way. But
It's not needed.
Into the male viewers, don't be expecting that shit every time. You better earn that
Yeah,
shit. You better feel like you deserve.
honestly, I just
it,
think
you know?
my thing is too is just in relationships and life. Like, you gotta let people just live their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like especially in any sort of relationship, you can't control one or another or tell another person what to do. You either accept them or you don't accept them. In my personal opinion.
I wish we had drops for you guys. While we mad. That's been the word from our sponsors, Larry Bird and Derek Fisher. So before we get into some music and movies, it's been cold, man. So you know what that means. It's time to get back inside. All them relationships that was on the cusp, it's starting to get mended. It's time to do that, you know, what they call it, cuffing season. It's time to go ahead and
I don't know what that means.
just go ahead and ready to find you
I'm
one.
about to be cuffing with my hoodie all season.
And you know, R&B land, our songstresses are coming. Not only are we getting our shows and movies, and we getting some in the house, some lovey-dovey, some make love music. It says SZA has announced her second studio album titled Alt, dropping November 5th. But also, I looked on Instagram to see where she announced this, and I didn't see anything. So I was like, where is this coming from?
Well, let's hope so. I also saw that.
That's old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also saw that Silk Sonic's dropping something soon.
Silk Sonic.
On the 12th, I believe is November 12th. Yeah, sorry. I didn't know if you read that or not.
Yeah. Summer Walker's coming here soon.
Yeah.
Woo! That's the devil. Summer, man. Summer cannot do no wrong. I'm most excited for the summer, but it's been a minute since we got some SZA too, so that's dope. Honestly, I thought we were gonna get a Smino album this October. I did think.
I mean, it's not too
It
late.
is still October, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, we only halfway through.
I'm trying to speak it into existence, but I did think we're gonna see some Smino this October
I'm excited
I
for that.
can't. I haven't really seen other music dropping this month.
month.
That's just my
Wale's dropping here soon.
Wale maybe.
And
Maybe some
Don Kennedy
hip-hop.
are dropping this Friday on the 15th. I think Young Thug might still be dropping. He's like going
November.
on a promo. He's been doing a lot of promo. It's supposed to be this weekend.
I thought he was dropping November.
I'm with all those.
So I don't know if he's still dropping or if he's gonna push it back. But he's been doing some promo.
I
on
would definitely
Instagram.
take a listen to every single one of
It's
those.
still the Rock album.
Yeah, because I seen him like crashing up a car and
Oh, yeah,
it was, like,
with Gunna, yeah.
So I feel like
Yeah,
it's a
Rolls
rollout.
Royce.
Yeah. That's all rollout. It's all the stuff they do for marketing. and-
Promo.
Yeah.
Because why would he do that?
Right.
He ain't just gonna waste money.
Exactly. So something's coming, whether it comes this weekend or not.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, man. Nothing really dropped this weekend except the Don Toliver, for me, anyway.
Yeah, that's all I really listened to. But I was also getting caught up on Loop, and that album is fire.
Yeah, the Loot did drop on Monday, so it gave us some time for
Yeah.
that. A lot of the Aaliyahs came out, so I definitely was bumping that. And then there was something else that dropped late last week that we had some time to catch up on. Oh, the Meek. Still been bumping the Meek.
Oh, definitely.
Letting the Meek grow on me. So nothing super new, but Don Toliver dropped his, I think this is his second album. I don't know how they even do these albums anymore. But he dropped an album called Life of a Don. 17 tracks with a couple, 16 tracks with a couple videos. Features Travis Scott on here twice, Baby Keem, Kali Uchis, which is also his girlfriend.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. I really like that song too. And yeah, I'll wait.
They got the video for it.
Yeah,
If you haven't seen it,
No, I haven't.
we can close with that. But it's pretty solid. He signed, if I'm not mistaken, he signed to Travis Scott, Cactus Jack Records, who's probably signed to somebody else, but it was a solid album too so far. It wasn't anything too high, nothing too low, but it was like, this is cool. And before you speak, my bad, it kind of reminded me of like, you know how, what Baby Keem is to Kendrick? He's like,
That's what I was just gonna
Really?
say, bro.
That's
But
what
I
he
feel
is
like
to
he's
Travis
still
Scott.
too much. That's why I didn't like it that much. Because at first I'm like, I hear too much Travis Scott, And that's what I kept thinking. I'm like, this sound, like the beat, like the melodies, everything. His ad-libs, everything. I was like, it sounds too much like Travis Scott. Where I feel like Baby Keem is kind of like, in my opinion, created a little bit more of his own lane.
But Travis Scott can't sing.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what
Touche.
I think separates.
No, I agree. Yeah,
That's what I think
that's what it does. But
separates
it's
Don.
just
So
maybe the vibe reminds me too much of Travis
I
Scott.
think he's exactly what Baby Keem is to Kendrick.
Okay, touche. I can see where you're going with that.
It's like a little variation.
Because
Maybe
like I said, I thought Baby Keem was Kendrick. I was like, bro, what the heck?
Who
And
is?
I thought Don Toliver was Travis. I was like, bro, this is just Travis.
Bro, some
like,
of the songs.
this
Some of the
could
songs you're
sing,
like,
though.
wait, is this featuring?
I was like, but Travis could
exactly.
never.
I was looking at what it
But I was like, Travis could never do this, so I understand why Travis like took interest. Was like, you're doing something I can't do.
Yeah.
I would love to do this. Like, you're doing it.
Both
But
just
Don
using
also said that he was looking for his own sound.
And that's what I was gonna say too. I think that's what because this is Don Toliver's second project that I've heard, and his first project was a little bit more upbeat. It's Sheck West, Quavo, Offset. It was a little bit more Ray, Travis Scott vibes. So on this one, I think he did give us a lot more singing, and which was solid. But I think that's why it takes a little bit longer to grow on me. I don't think it's like hit as much as like Baby King did when I first heard it. Or some of these other, Isaiah Rashad, some of these other new artists that have dropped. It's like, it's okay, but it needs some time to grow on me.
I agree. Maybe it was just a vibe thing too, because I don't know. I agree with you. It was like, wasn't anything special to me so far, but it wasn't bad. It's not a bad album at all.
You can listen to
Yeah.
like, okay.
No, you can listen to the whole thing and you could feel the vibe, you know what I mean? But it just did remind me a lot of Travis Scott. But I do have some songs that I really like.
But without like, do you have any standouts because of when you first listen of it? Like, okay, this is good, but like, are there any standouts on there for you?
I like 5 Times. I like Drugs and Hella Melodies, and I like Outer Space. So most of them are ones with features because it kind of switched up something a little bit for me.
What's the first one you said?
5 Time number 2.
Oh, 5X, 5 Times. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, number 2 is pretty dope. I remember listening to that. Because I was like, Escape? I'm like, he started off like this. I was expecting a lot from, for one, for the audience viewers who can't see, it's spelled Escape as in like the artist group Escape, as in the R&B women group. So I'm like, maybe it's like a loop or a sample or something. Maybe he's like paying homage. I got nothing of that. It's just like a play on words, which is fine. But I didn't really like the intro. But I remember 5 Times, so I'm like, okay, this shit's pretty dope.
Yeah.
This is what got me in. Flocky, he's on here twice with Travis Scott, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 songs on here with Travis Scott. So it makes sense to why a lot of people are like, he might have to separate a little bit.
But it's crazy, Baby Keem had 2 with Kendrick. So you guys
Literally. It's crazy because as we're getting older, we're seeing the artists that we grew up with
influence.
evolve and influence.
Yeah.
We are seeing them own stuff and start to put people on their labels.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I feel like the Jay-Z was for like our other generation, or maybe like the Outkast and Goody Mob for the last generation, or maybe even like a Wu-Tang, how they seen them develop. Like, it's dope to see TDE and how they've been able to just grow. It's crazy. J. Cole, which I'm seeing tomorrow.
I mean, you can even throw Drake in there too with OVO. We watched
For sure,
too, and like,
Drake's created so many superstars,
Exactly.
let alone OVO. So we're getting old, man. Long story short, we're getting old. Did you have a chance to listen to the Don Toliver?
No, I didn't. That's why I had all those opinions.
Did you like it, or did you have any standout?
No, I liked it. I like rappers that like sing as well. I've always liked Don Toliver. I like the auto-tune thing. But as far as him, like, I could see him, like, his sound is like evolving. Like he's like shifting his sound.
You can tell he's trying to find his own lane.
Right, like, and he's working with different producers, I could tell, like, rather than just Travis Scott, because he was working with Travis Scott, obviously, like, he was, you know? That's why he sounds like Travis Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see him trying to venture off and trying to be his own sound, so. But as far as this, I haven't let it sit too much yet.
hits. And
So to say like, oh, I got a favorite or anything, but I could definitely see his evolution because I haven't been listening to him for a while.
yeah.
One last one, I like 2 a.m. too. That too, like from Jugs and Hella Melodies to 2 a.m. I like both those songs, how they flow together.
I was gonna say I like the 2
Yeah.
Travis features on here. Like it's not like those are bad songs. I do like those songs. I like the Cali song, and I like the Keem song. I feel like my favorite songs are with the features so far.
For sure.
But it does take a little bit to grow on me. I did see a little bit of his interview with Ebro.
Oh.
It was with Ebro and I forgot.
Because wasn't this one of those Apple editions?
Yeah, it was another Apple edition. But he had an interview with Ebro and they asked him about Cali, Uchis, and they're definitely together. And I guess she took him out to Colombia for the Drugs and Hella Melodies video and for the What You Need. What You Need is one of my favorite songs so far too. That was one of his earlier
I
singles.
do like that. What you need.
Little baby. Yeah, that's kind of right. Don Toliver's cool. A lot of women rock with Don.
Yeah.
It's like, and I get it. Like he has a unique voice. He sounds good. What else am I talking about? Ebro. I feel like he was also saying like, just like he was talking about some of his inspirations and how, talking about some of the producers he got to work with. He was with Kanye for a minute. Moon, I think, is his song. He wrote it and he kind of got to work with Kanye on that, which is one of my least favorite songs. But,
I was just thinking that.
but besides the fact, he still got to work with that. And they asked him like, who's like, you seem like too chill. Like you work with Travis Scott, you work with Kanye, like all the biggest people. Like who else would you really want to work with? Who's your influences? And he was like, honestly, Kanye was like my biggest influence. So I got to work with him.
I can see that.
And he was like, other than him, he would like to work with Jay, of course, and he loves Kanye, so he said he would like to get in there with Kanye and Travis Scott again. But you could tell he's still like early to the fame because he's still kind of like bashful. He doesn't talk a lot. They asked him about Cali Uchis, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't really like talking about that a lot." But I'm like, "Speak up, boy! You got shy." Yeah. He started blushing. He's like, "Yeah, I like to keep that private. You know what I'm saying?" Man, you ready to speak up?
Nah. Keep that shit private.
I agree. Yeah. But you don't. You can answer it more. You just be like, hey,
No,
let's
for
keep
sure.
that. Because honestly, J. Cole
We got
did it
special.
smoothly. We like
But also, J.
Exactly.
Cole's
Ain't
woman,
nobody know about J. Cole's girl, but we know he
with
got
so
a
many
girl.
probably. Yeah.
J. Cole's woman isn't in the spotlight. either.
True.
Right.
That's
We know
how- true.
we know he got a girl, but we can easily forget.
That's how. I guess I'm just thinking how I would want it. Because that's how I would
I
want
would
it.
want it just like J.
He
Cole.
handled it right.
He
But
probably got kids. I don't even know. He got kids.
Yeah,
right?
he does.
See?
He talks about it.
Yeah.
But they just asked Don how they met, basically, because they were like, it was through the pandemic, like, there wasn't much time to be
That's
out.
different.
Yeah, that's
she's an artist. Like,
Yeah,
so.
like, what did you
If
guys
she was big, you kind of got to know that comes with the
Yeah,
territory.
yeah.
Like if she's already your own name.
And that's what he kind of alluded to. He's like, we know you guys are already kind of low key already, so like, he was like, yeah, I like keeping it low key, but we just met a couple times, and then we exchanged numbers, and then one thing led into another. He didn't really give me much. I was kind of pissed, to be honest. But he seemed like
Sound like a pretty normal thing. That's right. He's so proud with it.
just a normal.
That fits to any person.
I was looking for like some type of secret because Cali's crazy. I love me some Cali. How do you guys feel about that meet though? 2 weeks in, has it?
Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's still fire to me.
Jarrell sent us the final numbers for his sales. Looks like he's gonna sell 95K for his first week. I think it makes sense.
Drake sold.
But he
like,
wasn't the number one.
That same
Who was
week,
number
his
one?
first week, Drake still sold like 100K.
And then Taylor Swift. What the
Was
hell?
she number one?
Yeah, well, I don't know what
She
she
was
dropped, but
She was
she was
number one, Drake number two, and I think Nicki
Makes sense. Taylor Swift
And
always.
then NBA YoungBoy was right behind me for like
number
80.
four.
Yeah.
And then
NBA
Donda was
Youngboy.
like number 9.
Who? Oh, Donda? Yeah, like NBA is still selling like 80. He
Bro,
was
in
like,
jail. Like what?
Fourth week, he putting up Meek Mill numbers.
That's old
First
music.
week,
He's
bro.
like, yeah, just go ahead and put that out.
Bro, NBA is different. He's gonna be
He's
different.
gonna be good.
That's scary, bro.
But I do, yeah, no, his influence is
The
gonna be
youth
crazy.
is the future. Like, there's no denying that. The first time I heard that, I was a little kid and I was like, all right, yeah, we the future, whatever. But the older I get, I'm like,
Yeah,
we're literally the future. Like, that's it, bro. that's the only thing we gotta look forward to is the youth.
That's crazy.
Anyways, but yeah.
We you want to talk about Kim K before we got get out of here? We talked about a few movies last time, but I still haven't seen any of the movies, and a lot of the movies are still like up and coming. Like Dune comes out next week. Still haven't seen Candyman and shit, so I feel like we can give a media breakdown next week.
Y'all got any news?
Insecure also drops this week. Next week.
2 weeks. So 2 weeks from now, so 24th.
24th, yeah. It's right after Dreamville.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hell of a weekend.
Oh damn! Right. That's
Saturday
Saturday and
and
Sunday. It
Sunday.
makes sense. Yeah. One show that that resurfaced for me was What If on Disney Plus,
Disney.
and it's actually pretty cold once you get to the end. What I believe is the end. I don't know if there's gonna be another one coming out this week.
But
But
are you in 10 deep? How many?
9.
9 deep? Okay.
Yeah.
I just like it how each one is different, like a different story.
Keep watching.
Okay, say less. You know how we feel about Marvel. So.
Yeah, let's all come together at the end. You already know how Marvel puts
Or,
everything
yeah, something
together.
like Thanos, Avengers type,
Interesting.
Civil War type shit.
But yeah, it was good. I definitely recommend keep watching it.
You know, Marvel has not disappointed.
Because at first I was like kind of getting confused with it going back and forth between everything.
Yeah, and they were just setting up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'm back on board.
I can see that happening as the movies came out too. You know.
Well, I think they're just setting up. I don't want to say anything. Because let me just wait.
That's
Yeah.
dope though. I think you already gave it away, but they're advancing the timeline, which is the most important. And with all these different time loops and alternate universes already.
The Spider-Verse started that shit.
Bro, so it's already kind of setting up that Spider-Man, and I am geeked for the Eternals. I seen a preview,
That shit looks crazy.
bro, and they said this is what like an unlimited budget gets you. Let me tell you, that CGI is different. I can see it already. That CGI is gonna be different, man. I liked it. It was probably too long ago to
And they
find.
have good actors in it though.
And it's been in the works for 6, 5, 7 years, so it has to be good. And I think it's gonna go right into Spider-Man, and then right after Spider-Man, it's like your boy Strange,
Doctor Strange.
and then it's going boom,
Then I
boom,
think
boom,
Batman.
boom, and then Thor, and it's gonna
Yeah.
get right into it. Wakanda's Black Panther 2. They've been recording that here already.
Yeah.
So it's gonna once that timeline starts, it's gonna start.
The movie industry has been jump started, boy. But you got Korean films taking off.
That Squid
That's
Game. I keep getting questions about that, and it feels like it's so old to me now, but it's still like trending. Somebody at work asked me today, like, "You guys watching that Squid Game?" I'm like, "Bro, that was like 3 weeks
That's
ago."
how you know it's a good show, because as soon as the person that waited to watch it, they watch it, they're like,
Yo,
what
this
was I
is
waiting
good,
for?
yeah.
Then they try to talk to people, they're like, bro, you're old.
Exactly. No, I seen
What
somebody
did you
on
wait
Twitter
for?
today, like, "I still haven't seen Squid Game." I'm like, "Bro, that's not a good thing. That's not a compliment."
You're not gonna be able to talk to nobody about
Yeah.
it.
They're just trying to go against the
Yeah.
grain.
I mean, of course people are gonna talk about it, they're not gonna be as hyped no more.
Yeah,
What's crazy is I still
it's
don't-
not the same. You're missing
Right.
out, basically.
I still know people that haven't watched Game of Thrones.
That's
I'm
what I was
like,
gonna compare it to.
what
Yeah,
the
Game of
fuck?
Thrones, yeah.
The people who were like, I haven't watched an episode of Game of Thrones. I'm
Yeah,
like,
seen,
bro, you're missing out on so much.
LeBron and AD, their interview after the game.
Oh, he didn't like the ending. LeBron
And
did.
he was like,
To what?
did you
Squid
finish
Games.
Oh.
LeBron was like to AD, he was like, did you finish the Squid Games? He's
I
like,
missed
did you
that.
finish it? Did you finish it? He's like, yeah, I finished it. He's like, LeBron was like, I didn't like the ending. AD was, I don't know, you can't really see what AD was saying, and LeBron was like, bro, he should have got on the fucking plane and saw his daughter, man.
So basically, what everybody, we were all saying,
And the reporter's like, oh, you guys are watching, we were just talking
Oh.
about that.
like, you guys are so lame. When stuff goes like the red flag, I hate when it goes.
Because they
to
didn't
the
know what they
corporate.
were talking about, and then as soon as LeBron said he should have got on the plane and saw his daughter, they was like, oh, we were just talking about that.
I hate
It's
when
crazy how everybody knows about that show. Like,
It just officially became the #1 streaming show on
Ever.
Netflix ever. Yeah.
the Netflix.
Netflix history. All time.
I
Well,
believe
Netflix starts the way for everything, so it should be on everything, like ever.
Maybe.
The highest stream show ever.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because I don't think any show.
Kim K was on SNL. You wanted us to bring up. She did solid. I thought it was coming back Thanksgiving. That's what they told us, anyways.
Yeah,
but
you said that, and then I remember I was like, wait, Kim K's gonna be on there, And then eventually I saw it and I was like, oh shit, she's on here.
Yeah, there's
and
an
it was the
episode.
second.
I was gonna say,
it was
there's
the
an
second
episode before this.
Right. So this was the second Saturday. So,
Owen Wilson was the first episode.
Yep. So it's only been 2 weeks in.
Did you watch it? Or
Nah,
no?
but
I didn't watch the first one.
he's in Venom and Carnage.
Oh,
I keep
yeah.
forgetting he's Carnage.
Well, and he was
Yeah.
in Loki.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was in Loki.
Did you watch it?
Loki, yeah.
No, the SNL.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Owen
not
Wilson.
what Owen Wilson.
Yeah,
I
no,
should have, but
That's just what they said on the last SNL last season. They're like, all right, see you guys during Thanksgiving. And they're just all leaving. I was like, dude, that's so long from now. But yeah, Kim did good. She had some good writers, clearly. They had a lot of material, clearly.
well, SNL is always ready.
Yeah, they did know their writers were top tier.
Right. Like even when Elon Musk was on there, he was like, "What should I do?" That all the writers already had, and he just had
Like,
to pick what
yeah,
he
we're
wanted
ready.
out of the.
I think it was dope that she was open to like everything though. She talked about her divorce with Kanye. She talked about her sex tape. She talked about her mom. She talked about Bruce and
All in
Caitlyn.
the first monologue.
She talked right. She
Yeah,
talked
all
about her
out the
body.
way.
She was like talking about plastic surgery.
Really
She was
got
like,
it all
yeah,
out the
all of
way.
my siblings just give them my silhouette and say this is what I want.
The truth will set you free, sort of thing.
Really.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, so is she not with Kanye anymore then? Because she said my ex-husband.
I still see her with him all the damn time. But,
But
I don't know.
she said
That's for life if you got kids.
She was
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
she was like saying like he's a billionaire, the first black billionaire, best rapper
The
of
best
all
rapper of
time,
all
blah blah
time.
blah. So it's like, so you know when it came to the divorce, it came down to his personality.
I was like, damn, that's a blow.
Um,
But I watched Breakfast Club and they said Kanye is helping her with material too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kanye gave her the blessing. Like, yeah, you could say that
you
joke.
can make
That's
whatever
fine.
you want.
That's fine. That's funny. Haha. Yeah, that's fine.
And they made sure to say Kim Kardashian West.
Yeah, I never heard her say ex-husband.
That's so, yeah, I don't know. Wait, no, she definitely said
Did she?
ex-husband. She said that's why my ex-husband Kanye West, and she was like, that's why when I divorced him, and she like that whole thing.
Pretty sure it's going through the divorce. Oh, it's finalizing actually. So yeah, it's happening because I just read something today that she's getting the Hills house, the private Hills house. It's like a house on the hills that's like hidden from everybody. Like nobody can see it.
It's all confusing.
But I also feel like, well, one, like I said, if you have kids with someone, that's for life. Like, that's why you gotta be careful. That's why
I
young
just don't
people should be
understand
careful. You
why
have
they're
kids
getting
with.
divorced. Like maybe because they want to be with somebody else, you have to get a divorce.
Legally.
Yeah.
Right.
So and your kids are gonna see that, you know. Other than that, I don't know why they would get divorced.
I mean, why do most Americans get
50%?
divorced? Yeah. Most people.
It's the worst stat in America.
Yeah.
Probably more than 50%.
That's it. You gotta have a chance.
Well,
to,
some people are gold diggers. Let's just get that out the way.
Well, that's what I would say. Well, I mean, not to
But
get
that's
too
not
deep
her-
into this.
that's-
I do
that's
think
it.
divorces most of the time happen because of
I know,
money.
yeah, you just asked why the most divorces happen. And I'm just saying their situation is different. Obviously, they're both well off, divorced or together. So it has to be that they literally want relations with other people.
No, she said it. She said his personality.
Right, yeah.
The nigga's crazy.
Yeah, it comes down to personality.
Do you remember
I can't.
when he was at
I
TMZ
want
and
I
he
want
was
relations
saying,
with somebody.
She aborted my kids.
No, he's crazy. I
She
agree.
can't put up with that
Well, I can
every
see
day. Talking
And
about
obviously,
TMZ, talking
she
about
wants that affection. She needs somebody in her life.
talking about slavery was a choice. She can't put up with all of this on the
Right.
internet. It's probably too mentally drained.
But I don't think she's divorcing because she can't deal with that situation. She's divorced because she wants to be with somebody else. Like, relationship-wise, relations, something, right? Like,
I
you
mean,
can
I
stay
don't know.
married to Kanye and deal with those shenanigans. is
I'm
what
sure that's
saying.
what comes
I
next.
think that's
for
a
anyone.
part of it, but
It was-
initially, like that's not. You're thinking about getting out of your current situation. I feel like first.
I think regardless, let's say people don't work out, right? And you guys really just fight, you don't get along, it doesn't even matter about like everything else. It's just we don't get along, we're not really compatible because people change and grow in my opinion. And all of a sudden they're just like, hey, we don't want to be together. Of course, I think a person comes after that. That's the whole point of getting a divorce because people are going to try to find their happiness. So yeah, I'm sure that plays a part. But I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that led up to that to her want to be with someone else, is what I would say.
Yeah, like it's not
Or
bad.
vice versa.
I'm not saying that there's a person right now. Like, I'm sure Kim has nobody in mind. That's not what I'm saying.
But to be able to move on, you legally have
Right,
to-
like she's obviously like, Kanye, I'm done with you. I need to find some other man. I need somebody else.
But just as far as like,
Because if she
you don't
wasn't
think
worried
it's that
about another
shallow.
man, she could have easily just been like, all right, we just stay separated. You know, and just, we're still married. But I don't know. That's
I mean,
me just thinking out loud.
I was like, dude, why would you do that? I'm like, if I'll be in her shoe, I'm like, we're just gonna stay separated. So
I mean, if you're not worried about getting with nobody else, I mean, obviously
for the
Kanye.
rest of your life.
So she probably,
what's the point
Kanye,
of separating?
as a man, you probably, as a man, I don't know how females feel about that, but as a man, we're obviously, who's next?
Let me tell you, I got a lot of women friends, and they are the same way.
I would say that too, and I'd also
Yeah, but
say
also
what's
know
different between a man and a
females-
woman is when a woman's done, a woman's
That's what I'm
done.
saying.
Yeah,
Women
and
do
I also know females, women that are fine just being like, I'm done with dudes.
Yeah.
I got my kids. That's it. That's all I need in life. And we're good. And they're
No, I feel like me personally, I think people would have to have that like sort of intimate relationship
So I'm
with
just
someone.
saying, I know. That's all.
Yeah,
But personally, we know we need it.
but I think humans in general is what I'm saying. I think people.
Well, I just know people that's finished life, not remarrying. You know, they're satisfied. They
But
don't
are
need
they like
another
older? They're younger?
Right, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
No, I get that. If you're older, because
everybody's age is a number. The feeling of age is whenever somebody feels old enough to be like, I'm done.
Yeah, so how do you
It
know
could be
they don't
30,
wanna-
40, 50, 60.
How do you know they don't want to?
I'm not trying to say like 60, you don't need to be finding nobody else. So what are you looking for?
But how do you know they don't want to mate? They told you.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay. Anything else on the show before we get out of here?
nah, we good.
And on that note, Don Tolliver, drugs and hella melodies. It's been another episode of Everything Under the Sky. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back same time, same place next week.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I hate when they try and get all like cinematic. Like, bro, just drop your song. You don't gotta try and get off your acting skills.
But it's also like, what's the point? Is this gonna lead to something that we're gonna actually?
Maybe it's trying to be each other.